followed by press statements by our two leaders. First, we shall witness the exchange of mutual legal assistance treaty in criminal matters. From the German side, Ms. Annalena Baerbock, Foreign Minister, and on the Indian side, Shri Rajnath Singh Ji, Raksha Mantri. Mr. Please. Thank you, Ministers. Next, we have the exchange of agreement on the exchange and mutual protection of classified information. On the German side, Ms. Annalena Baerbock, Foreign Minister, and on the Indian side, Dr. S. Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister, please. Thank you, Ministers. Next, we have the exchange of Indo-German Green Hydrogen Roadmap. This will be from the German side, Dr. Robert Habeck, Minister of Economic Affairs and Climate Action, and on the Indian side, Shri Piyush Goyal, Commerce and Industry Minister. Thank you, Ministers. Next, we have the exchange of roadmap on innovation and technology. On the German side, Minister for Education and Research, Ms. Bettina Stark-Wattinser, and on the Indian side, Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, Minister for Electronics and Information Technology. Thank you, sir. Ma'am. Next, we have the exchange of the joint declaration of intent in the field of employment and labor. On the German side, Mr. Hubertus Eil, Federal Minister for Labor and Social Affairs, and on the Indian side, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, Minister of Labor and Employment, please. Thank you, sir. Next, we have the exchange of the joint declaration of intent for joint cooperation in research and development on advanced materials. On the German side, Ms. Bettina Stark-Wattinser, Minister for Education and Research, and on the Indian side, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Minister of State, Independent Charge for Science and Technology. Thank you, Ministers. Next, we have the exchange of Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation in the field of skill development and vocational education training. This will be done from the German side by Ms. Bettina Stark-Wattinser, Minister for Education and Research, and on the Indian side by Shri Jayant Chaudhary, Minister of State, Independent Charge for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Next, we have the exchange of the joint declaration of intent on Indo-German Green Urban Mobility Partnership for All. On the German side, this will be exchanged by Dr. Bärbel Koffler, Parliamentary State Secretary, and on the Indian side by Shri Vikram Misri, Foreign Secretary. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the exchange ceremony. Now I request the spokesperson of Ministry of External Affairs to conduct the remainder of the proceedings.
Namaskar and good afternoon. Your Excellency, Mr. Olaf Scholz, Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, Honorable Ministers, members of both delegations, and friends from the media. We will now have the press statements. May I request Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, to give his remarks to the media.
Your Excellency, Chancellor Scholz, दोनों देशों के डेलीगेट्स, मीडिया के साथियों, नमस्कार, गुटन टाग। सबसे पहले मैं चांसलर सोल्ज और उनके डेलीगेशन का भारत में हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। मुझे खुशी है कि पिछले 2 वर्षों में हमें तीसरी बार भारत में आपका स्वागत करने का अवसर मिला है। भारत और जर्मनी की स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप की व्यापकता का अनुमान आप पिछले 2-3 दिन की गतिविधियों से लगा सकते हैं। आज सुबह हमें जर्मनी के एशिया पैसिफिक बिजनेस जगत की कॉन्फ्रेंस को संबोधित करने का अवसर मिला। मेरे तीसरे कार्यकाल की पहली आईजीसी मीटिंग अभी कुछ देर पहले संपन्न हुई है। अभी हम सीईओ फोरम की बैठक से आ रहे हैं। इसी समय जर्मन नौसेना की शिप गोवा में पोर्ट कॉल कर रही है और खेल जगत भी पीछे नहीं है। हमारी हॉकी टीमों के बीच फ्रेंडली मैच भी खेले जा रहे हैं। साथियों, चांसलर शोल्ज के नेतृत्व में हमारी भागीदारी को एक नया मोमेंटम और डायरेक्शन मिला है। जर्मनी की फोकस ऑन इंडिया स्ट्रैटेजी के लिए मैं चांसलर शोल्ज का अभिनंदन करता हूं। इसमें विश्व के 2 बड़े लोकतंत्रों के बीच पार्टनरशिप को कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव तरीके से मॉडर्नाइज और एलिवेट करने का ब्लूप्रिंट है। आज हमारे इनोवेशन एंड टेक्नोलॉजी रोड मैप लॉन्च किया गया है। क्रिटिकल एंड इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज, स्किल डेवलपमेंट और इनोवेशन में होल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट अप्रोच पर भी सहमति बनी है। इससे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, सेमीकंडक्टर और क्लीन एनर्जी जैसे क्षेत्रों में सहयोग को बल मिलेगा और सिक्योर, ट्रस्टेड और रेजिलिएंट ग्लोबल सप्लाई और वैल्यू चेन्स का निर्माण करने में भी मदद मिलेगी। साथियों, रक्षा और सुरक्षा क्षेत्रों में बढ़ता सहयोग हमारे गहरे आपसी विश्वास का प्रतीक है। क्लासिफाइड इंफॉर्मेशन के एक्सचेंज पर बनी सहमति इस दिशा में एक नया कदम है। आज संपन्न की गई म्यूचुअल लीगल असिस्टेंस ट्रीटी से आतंकवाद और अलगाववादी तत्वों से निपटने में हमारे साझा प्रयास सशक्त होंगे। ग्रीन एंड सस्टेनेबल ग्रोथ के साझा कमिटमेंट पर दोनों देश निरंतर कार्यरत है। आज हमारी ग्रीन और सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट पार्टनरशिप को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हमने ग्रीन अर्बन मोबिलिटी पार्टनरशिप के दूसरे चरण पर सहमति बनाई है और ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन रोड मैप भी लॉन्च किया है। साथियों, यूक्रेन और पश्चिम एशिया में चल रहे संघर्ष हम दोनों के लिए चिंता के विषय है। भारत का हमेशा मत रहा है कि युद्ध से समस्याओं का समाधान नहीं हो सकता और शांति की बहाली के लिए भारत हर संभव योगदान देने के लिए तैयार है। इंडो पैसिफिक क्षेत्र में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कानूनों के तहत फ्रीडम ऑफ नेविगेशन और रूल ऑफ लॉ सुनिश्चित करने पर हम दोनों एकमत हैं। हम इस बात पर भी सहमत हैं कि 20वीं सदी में बनाए गए ग्लोबल फोरम 21वीं सदी की चुनौतियों से निपटने में सक्षम नहीं है। यूएन सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल सहित अन्य मल्टीलेटरल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में रिफॉर्म्स की आवश्यकता है। भारत और जर्मनी इस दिशा में सक्रिय रूप से सहयोग करते रहेंगे। साथियों, पीपल टू पीपल कनेक्ट हमारे संबंधों का अहम स्तंभ है। आज हमने स्किलिंग और वोकेशनल एजुकेशन में मिलकर काम करने का निर्णय लिया है। आईआईटी चेन्नई और ड्रेसडेन विश्वविद्यालय में भी समझौता संपन्न हुआ है, जिससे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स ड्यूअल डिग्री का लाभ उठा पाएंगे। भारत की युवा शक्ति जर्मनी की प्रगति और समृद्धि में योगदान दे रही है। हम जर्मनी द्वारा भारत के लिए जारी की गई स्किल्ड लेबर स्ट्रेटजी का स्वागत करते हैं। मुझे विश्वास है कि हमारे युवा टैलेंट पूल को जर्मनी के विकास में योगदान देने के बेहतर अवसर मिलेंगे। भारतीय टैलेंट की कैपेसिटी और कैपेबिलिटी में इस विश्वास के लिए मैं चांसलर शोल्ज का अभिनंदन करता हूं। एक्सेलेंसी, आपकी भारत यात्रा से हमारी पार्टनरशिप को नई गति, ऊर्जा और उत्साह मिला है। मैं कह सकता हूं कि हमारी पार्टनरशिप में क्लैरिटी है और इसका भविष्य उज्जवल है। जर्मन भाषा में कहूं तो आलेस क्लार, आलेस गुड। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। दाके शौन।
Thank you, sir. May I now request His Excellency, Mr. Olaf Scholz, Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, to give his remarks to the media.
Sehr geehrter Herr Premierminister, lieber Narendramodi, vielen Dank für den freundlichen Empfang hier in Neu-Delhi. Es ist längst zu einer guten Tradition geworden, dass wir beide uns mindestens einmal im Jahr treffen.
We have a bilateral meeting at least once every year. I visited India roughly 12 months ago on the occasion of the summit of the successful G20 presidency of your country, and I have very fond memories of that event. The same is true for my visit in India in March 2023. And the year before that, you visited Germany twice. First as a guest at the G7 summit in Elmau, and later that year you came to Germany to attend the intergovernmental consultations in Berlin. That is a very impressive illustration of how close relations are between both our countries. 25 years ago, we created the strategic partnership between Germany and India. Our cooperation has become ever more trusting, solid and substantial. Growing together with innovation, mobility and sustainability. That is the motto of the 7th Indo-German intergovernmental consultations that have taken place today. It is a fitting motto because it illustrates the extent to which India and Germany both profit in equal measure, benefit in equal measure from this good and trusting cooperation. This is especially true for the field of economic ties. Germany has become India's most important trading partner in the European Union, and I'm determined to further strengthen and build on this link and cooperation. I have with me, as members of my delegation, a high-level business delegation that has seized the opportunity to engage bilaterally with India's industry and business. And parallel to our consultations, an Asia-Pacific conference of German business is taking place here in Delhi. This offers an excellent stage on which the German business community can present itself as a reliable partner for the future of your country and our country. We have a clear message for the entrepreneurs in both our countries. There is enormous potential to further build and expand trade and investment between both our economies. And as Chancellor, I strongly favor an ambitious FTA, free trade agreement between India and the European Union. I believe that both sides would benefit, and it should be our ambition to make headway in that regard. We've also made good progress with regard to another topic. Almost 250,000 of Indians live in Germany these days. That goes to show how successful our migration mobility agreement has become. The men and women from India live in Germany, very often in sectors in where they are most urgently needed, in the field of medicine, in the care sector and in IT, and it is our objective to attract even more skilled labor from your country. We have developed a specific country-specific agenda for India to that purpose that we have presented to our colleagues in New Delhi. It is, by the way, the first such country-specific agenda in the framework of our strategy on skilled labor. Then that goes to show how much we value India as a partner in that respect. I'm pleased to see that your government has responded positively to our interest in the mobility of labor, and especially skilled labor. And we hope that you will seize, and the Indians will seize this opportunity. Our countries also want to cooperate more closely in the fields of environmentally friendly and sustainable technologies like digitization, software and semiconductor production. We are therefore strengthening our innovation technology partnership. We also want to cooperate more closely in the sector of energy, to begin with in the field of wind and solar energy, but also in the field of hydrogen. India is set to become a global hub for green hydrogen. The federal government and German companies would like to be part of this success story. We touched on bilateral issues, but of course we also took the time to speak about geopolitical issues today. Let me start by saying that, especially in times like these, it is of the utmost importance that India is an anchor of stability in South Asia. The international rules-based order, which has come under massive pressure as a consequence of Russia's attack on Ukraine. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine affects Germany and India in many ways. No one can close his or her eyes to the conflict and the impact it has on us. Therefore, I approve that India supports a lasting and just peace, and I am pleased about your readiness to make use of the reliable relations that you have developed to all parties to contribute to a political solution of the conflict. This war, which has been raging for so long and has caused so many deaths, has to end finally. Ukraine's integrity and sovereignty must be preserved, and this is what we are working for, what we aim to achieve. We also agree with regard to a second conflict. We have by all means to avoid a further escalation of the violence in the Middle East. We need to see a ceasefire, the release of the hostages, and a political process that leads to a two-state solution. At the beginning of my statement, I spoke at length about the good ties between India and Germany. We aim to further develop these ties also in geopolitical terms. Tomorrow, a German frigate and a combat support ship of the German Navy will arrive in Goa on a visit. Prior to this visit, the German units have engaged in a joint exercise with their Indian counterparts. I very much look forward to welcoming the Navy members tomorrow. In the Indo-Pacific, the Federal Armed Forces is also present and underlines that there too we stand up for respect for a rules-based international order. The freedom of maritime trade unions must be respected everywhere. Prime Minister, I would like to thank you for the excellent talks we've had today. I believe that the intergovernmental consultations in New Delhi were a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That concludes the press statement. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your presence.
Excellency,